Your father teaches you chess when you are 6 years old. Not casually, methodically. He explains not just the moves, but the thinking behind the moves. Always see 3 steps ahead, he says. Never show your opponent what you are protecting. Make them look at what you want them to look at. You beat your first opponent at school when you are 7. You beat your second at 8. By 9, you understand that chess is not really about chess. You understand this because your father told you so, quietly, one evening over the board, in a way that felt like something else entirely. You will not understand what he meant for another 7 years. Your name is Alexei. You are 16 years old. You live in a 4-bedroom house in a suburb of Portland, Oregon, with your father, your mother, and a cat named Boris, who is 14 years old and moves very slowly. The house is ordinary. The neighborhood is ordinary. Your father drives a gray Honda Accord. He works, officially, as a freelance software consultant. He has 3 clients listed on his website, which has not been updated since 2019. He earns, on paper, $94,000 a year. He pays his taxes. He coaches your school's chess club on Thursday afternoons, and every parent thinks he is the most patient and intelligent man they have ever met. He is 44 years old. He was born in Novosibirsk, Russia, in 1982. He came to the United States in 2008 on a work visa sponsored by a technology company in Seattle that dissolved 8 months after he arrived. He has a green card. He has a social security number. He has a completely legitimate paper existence. Everything about him on paper is real. Almost everything about him off paper is not. His name in certain encrypted channels that exist on servers distributed across 14 countries, that require 3 separate authentication steps to access, that have never once been successfully penetrated by any law enforcement agency, is not because he chose it dramatically. Because he was assigned it 12 years ago by a man in St. Petersburg who needed someone who could move through digital infrastructure the way smoke moves through a keyhole. Invisible. Complete. Gone before anyone knew it was there. You find the second laptop on a Thursday in November, not hidden exactly. Your father does not hide things the way careless people hide things, shoved under mattresses or behind books. He hides things the way a chess player controls the center of the board, in plain sight, positioned so that the wrong kind of attention never finds them. The second laptop is in a locked case in the bottom of his closet, inside a larger case that contains camera equipment he has not used in 3 years. The lock is a 5-digit combination. You do not know the combination. What you know is that the case exists, and that it was not there 18 months ago, and that your father goes to his closet at specific intervals, always between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m., always when he believes you are asleep, and that when he comes back out his expression is the particular kind of carefully neutral that you have learned over 16 years means he has just done something that requires him to reset before he can be your father again. You are good with computers. Your father made sure of this. Not because he was grooming you for anything. You believe this completely, and you are right. He made sure of it because he understands the world that is coming, and he wants you equipped for it. He taught you Python when you were 11. He taught you networking fundamentals at 12. At 13, he sat beside you for 6 hours on a Saturday while you built your first functional server from components he ordered online. These were the best days of your childhood. You did not know then that you were being taught by one of the 12 most dangerous cyber operators currently active on any continent. You thought you were just learning from your dad. The FBI visits on a Wednesday afternoon in March 2 agents, plain clothes, unmarked car, completely polite. They ask for your father. Your mother, a pediatric nurse named Natasha, who grew up in Portland and met your father at a friend's dinner party in 2005 and married him 14 months later, and has spent 11 years carefully not knowing certain things while knowing all of them, opens the door and says he is not home, which is true. He is at chess club. She takes their cards. She closes the door. She stands in the hallway for a long moment with the cards in her hand. Then she puts them in her pocket. She makes dinner. She does not call your father. She waits for him to come home so she can hand him the cards in person and watch his face. His face, when she hands him the cards, does not change. This is the most frightening thing you have ever seen. He comes to your room that evening at 9:47 p.m. He sits on the edge of your bed. He looks at you for a moment without speaking, the same way he looks at a chessboard before a difficult move, reading everything, calculating the best path through. Then he says, "I need to tell you some things. Not everything. Some things." He says this distinction as if it matters, and it does, and you understand why. Some things will keep you safer than everything. He knows the difference. He always has. He tells you that he works for people he cannot name in ways he cannot fully describe. He tells you that what he does not directly harm individuals. This is important to him, this distinction. And the care with which he makes it tells you that he has made it to himself many times over many years. He tells you that the FBI has been aware of his existence, not his identity, his existence, a digital presence they call Phantom, for 9 years, and that they have never come closer to finding him than 2 agents at a front door with business cards. He tells you that the case in the closet will be gone by morning. He tells you that there is a plan, and that the plan involves you and your mother, and that the plan is good, and that you should trust it. He says all of this in the same voice he uses to explain chess. Quietly. Precisely. 3 steps ahead. You ask him, "Are you the good guy or the bad guy?" He is quiet for 11 seconds. You count them. Then he says, "I am the guy who kept his family safe and kept his hands as clean as the work allowed." He says, "In the world I operate in, that is as close to good as it gets." You look at your father. 44 years old. Chess coach. Grey Honda Accord. Cat named Boris. The man who taught you that chess is not really about chess. You say, "What do we do now?" He almost smiles. He says, "We play the next move." He stands up. He straightens your blanket at the corner. The same gesture he has made every night since you were 3 years old. He goes to the door. He turns off the light. In the darkness you stare at the ceiling of your ordinary bedroom in your ordinary suburb of Portland, Oregon. Somewhere in the closet, for a few more hours, the second laptop hums quietly in its case. And somewhere in St. Petersburg, a man who calls your father Phantom has no idea that tonight, for the first time, Phantom told someone the truth.